this morning because I want to throw a spanner in the works, Carl.
Oh, you don't, you? Not you as
Oh,
well.
Yeah, it's absolutely me. Another spanner
Time
for
of
this
spanners.
morning.
Okay, go
Well,
on.
we're in the wee Valentine's Day, and I want to honour that. And because of that, I want to honour the fact that we're all beautiful beings, and whether we're single or we've got partner or we've got partners, because there are people who are so conscious they can manage more than themselves and or more than just one other person. I mean, I've got plenty to deal with myself and Batty. That's me done. But we need to remember this time of year, it's all about not so much love but compassion. Yes. And it's bringing ourselves back to ourselves and our self-awareness, always coming back to ourselves. I mean, I've been reflecting a lot recently. You know, I had my cancer journey on it. Despite the cancer, as far as we know, it's not there. It may come back. We don't know. I'm in that 5-year timeline. And I'm cool with that. But when we go through something that's, say, a chronic illness or a terminal illness, and we have an initial treatment, it has its knock-on effects. Yeah. And the knock-on effects mean we have to recover from our recovery. So I'm still meeting the karma of the recovery from the recovery.
Right.
And I was thinking about things, and I was thinking, I really need to come back to myself. I'm still doing all these things and forgetting about me. So I thought that today was an ideal opportunity, because I know how you like your practices, Carl, and I know how everyone enjoys having those little things to just bring into the day. And I thought I'd invite us to do a short meditation that just allows us to bring ourselves back to ourselves.
Well, why not? This is normally the sort of thing I do at midday on New Reality TV, but let's bring it on. I've been saying there's a little bit of a lack of well-being input and content. Here we go, everybody. Don't do this if you're flying an airplane at the moment, but anyone else?
Driving.
Or driving, yes. I do this if it's safe to do so. Is this like our contributions to the Valentine's, the self-love meditation, possibly?
Yeah, it's just to remember ourselves, because it's so easy to be everywhere. And our mind, we're never meeting ourselves in the moment, because we're always thinking about why we can't get to this moment, what I'd rather be doing now instead of what is happening now. And we're missing ourselves.
You had me at moment. Yes, definitely. Okay, so what do you need? What do we need to do?
Right. So, well, I'm assuming, and possibly wrongly, that we can all breathe without any assistance. But if we do need assistance to breathe, we might have a machine or something, and that will allow us to breathe. And it may very possibly create a sound, or it may also allow our chest to rise and fall. So I want us to, first of all, remember that we have this wonderful free thing that we have with us, that we carry with us all the time, and that is our breath. And we don't have to do anything with our breath, because we're just breathing. We don't have to think, oh, hold on a minute, I just need to breathe in.
Give me a moment. Yeah. Well, you're soon reminded. If you forget to breathe, you're soon reminded.
So it's some of those, well, it's one of those amazing natural phenomenon that just happens, that we're just gifted with. We can just breathe. We can walk without having to think about breathing. Whatever we do, we've got our breath. So if we can just allow ourselves to just breathe, and breathe perfectly normally, listening to the sound of our own breath, or feeling, if we're not able to listen to the sound, we might notice the focus on our nostrils as we're breathing in.
Yep.
And as we're breathing out, we'll feel the temperature inside, a change inside our nostrils. And for those of us that doesn't resonate with so much, what we can do is we could put our hand on our chest or on our belly. And what you'll notice, for those of us that get ourselves all caught up and don't breathe properly, our breathing's mainly in our chest. And therefore, by placing our hand on our chest, we'll notice it just naturally rising and falling if we just sit with it a moment. And those of us that are a little bit more conscious with our breath, or that do breathe properly, maybe we've got breath work practice or some form of exercise or something that gets us to really breathe and breathe properly, we'll notice our breath goes right down our belly. And our belly, it's okay. Our belly is this amazing place because it's where we hold our grief. So often when we have a hard belly, it's because we need to soften our belly to life. And we need to just give ourselves that moment to just breathe in. And imagining a balloon inside our belly. As we breathe in, it expands just a little bit. And as we breathe out, it's going out. And it's just each time our belly's expanding, it's just softening and just dropping a little tiny bit of that army. So if we can allow ourselves to just be for one moment with the in-breath and the out-breath. The in-breath and the out-breath. And can you notice there's a little pause between when we're breathing in and out and in again. We didn't have to put it there. It was just there naturally. We don't have to make it last any longer. However long it lasts, the length of our in-breath and our out-breath, they're all perfect. All absolutely perfect. There is nothing that you have to do other than allow yourself to be and meet in your breath in this moment. Allowing yourself to come in and out. And it's very common for thoughts to come on in and try and take us away from where we are and where we're at with our breath. It's perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with us when that happens. It's just part of the human experience. Our brain is trained to flutter from awareness to awareness, from thought to thought, from thought to pain to thought to pain to thought and thought and thought and thought. And that's okay. It helps to come back if we need to, without judgment, to breathing in and out. And if it helps, we can either focus on our breath or count our breaths as we're counting in and out. That would be 1, in and out. 2, and by counting our breath, we can bring more focus to ourselves for those that aren't used to being with our breathing, but want to stop that endless mind chatter that's just going to stay on a magic carpet, right? Who knows where, in the future or the past, and replaying our stories. And as we're sitting with ourselves, I'd like to invite you to imagine that you are the ocean. A vast, expansive and deep body of water. And there's lots of things going on in that body of water, and that's okay. And they're just like all the thoughts and all the little bits that are coming into our mind and trying to take us away. But just be with that breath and be as the ocean. And as you breathe, think of it as a wave. As the wave comes together, we're breathing in. It's reaching its peak as we pause, and as we exhale, that wave is falling down and becoming back one with the ocean again. And there's a little pause before it comes to the next wave. Breathing in and out, the wave coming together. Pause and then falling, sometimes breaking against the shore, or just breaking back into itself. It's all perfect. It's all beautiful. And now I'd like you to just recognize, as your body is like the ocean, is there a little thought that keeps trying to grab your attention? Obviously, there is for some people. And that little thought really needs some compassion. It needs your attention. So just pay attention for it for a moment. Don't allow it to take you on a magic carpet ride. Just allow it to be there and acknowledge it. Watch it if you're able. And see where that thought is sitting in your body. What you may find is if you sit with that thought for long enough, it's showing up as a sensation somewhere in your physical body. Just giving yourselves a moment just to recognize that thought and just tune into wherever it is in this human body, the body consort. And I invite you to put your hand where that sensation is. And then say, this too belongs. It doesn't matter how painful it is or how much love it is. It doesn't matter. There's no wrong here. If there's a sensation in your body related to that thought, or just the thought and you've still not got a sensation, it's okay. In that case, you can place your hand on your heart. So you're placing your hand on your heart or just somewhere where that sensation is. And you're just letting yourself know this too belongs. All is welcome. Now, return back to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly opening your eyes and just shake it off. Just anything else that's left, just shake it off.
Woo!
And there we go. So
well,
what we were
thank you
doing.
for that spanner in my works.
It's okay. What we were
Very
doing
good.
is we were just practicing what's known as the R of rain. I didn't want to bring you all the rain meditation today, but I wanted to introduce you to rain because rain is such a beautiful, beautiful meditation for self-compassion and for compassion for other people. When we can allow ourselves to recognize the sensations, feelings in our bodies, we are making a massive step to recovering ourselves and to recovering who we are.
Well, thank you very much for that. I think that's very timely for people. Yes, thank you very much indeed. Timely for me as well. I shall own that. That's very good. Thank you very much for that.